Welcome back to map 2 between SunShinE and Ciara. And I guess for pretty understandable reasons, SunShinE doesn't seem to be particularly motivated anymore. Of course, he just dropped out of the tournament, and therefore he's playing the second map with random, and he's getting undead, starting with a Fiend build order, and he's going to face an altar first by the Orc, of course. And you know, we'll see. I guess Ciara is still gonna give it his all, because he's obviously gonna want to win this best of 3 in order to end up on rank 2 of this group. So early barracks this time, no fancy early you know, change in his build order, whereas SunShinE is probably gonna get a lot of Fiends, gonna get the DK and so on. We can already see Ciara setting his rally points here, so he might want to head straight across the map with probably the Blade Master and the first grunt. Maybe he'll surprise us and go for the Farseer. Nope. Going for the Blade Master. Not, you know, willing to show off the Farseer, but he already previously did so in the tournament. Just think about the series against Humanic, for example. So yeah, second ghoul about to be out. I guess shop will be built soon. First Fiend is in production. Second burrow coming as well. So yeah, classic Orc build order here. We'll see if he'll skip the shop before starting to go to tier 2. No, he's not. He's actually building the shop. Okay, I was about to say that he's probably going to skip it because of the fountains, but looks like he's not. So alright, fair enough. Second Sigurd is coming as well, and we already see that SunShinE clearly isn't a super experienced undead player, building his shop here too late, so it's gonna finish a little while after the DK. We've already seen him getting the Sigurd before the altar, which makes almost no difference, but it's also a tiny bit of an unnecessary variation. The Blade Master is out. He's changed his rally points in the meantime as he scouted that there's an undead with early Fiends, which means by heading straight across the map he wouldn't achieve too much. He's getting Slippers of Agility first. And once again, the perfect item drop at the initial little green camp for him. Bien waiting outside is gonna probably find the Death Knight and the first 2 Fiends creeping soon. The Rubian Tower is being upgraded already. The base, by the way, appears to be open up here as well as here, so some potential for the Blade Master to harass, especially given the position of this Nerubian Tower, which only covers, I guess, an area until like here or so, so not in the back of the gold mine. Blade Master heading across the map, probably picked up a tome here, and the timing seems to be pretty much perfect by him. Let's see if he's gonna be able to pick off the Nightcrawler, or actually micro mistake by Ciara. Very unnecessary. I'm not sure if the Windwalk was about to run out. It may have been, but going for the attack on the Nightcrawler there very early on and not getting the kill, because yeah, it obviously was too early. Tech about, I guess, 40% done, not yet started by SunShinE, who said 26 supply already. We'll see if he's gonna start taking soon, or if he's gonna go for a super late, even 29 supply tech. We've seen Proteus do this previously against Ilegdak, and he got crushed horribly when trying to go for such a late tech. Now with 26 supply is basically the latest you can somewhat legitimately go. He's got enough Fiends with you know, having 4 Fiends to pre basically everything on the map rather easily, except for maybe the red camp. But then again, with 1 additional Fiend, it's not like you can just easily get the red camp, so 1 more early Fiend doesn't make that much of a difference. Oops, Blade Master getting to the shop, buying boots, I'm assuming. Not saying the TP, obviously, since this is early 2007. And no one sold their TPs in early 2007. Blade Master, by the way, didn't pick up any items from the ground of the fountain, because this is still Secret Valley version 1.1 and not the official version that Blizzard had released in the meantime already while this tournament was going on. They still used the version that was probably being referred to in the official rules of the Extreme Masters. So first two fiends have already taken plenty of damage. Blade Master not yet level 3, so you know, being equal XP wise at this point, not really an aim of any orc player playing against the undead with early fiends. Then again, with that high number of fiends that early on, you want to get somewhat of a good early game out of it to somewhat justify your way delayed tier 2 tech, because as we can see, Ciara is already up on tier 2. He's getting the Shadow Hunter, he's getting 1 Wc3, Berserker Strength upgrade, no tier 3 yet, no Lodge yet. Guessing we'll probably see the War Mill being added eventually here, since while I'm putting, you know, myself in danger of repeating myself, since we're early 2007, casters against undead, not exactly the most common way of playing. So SH is out. SunShinE continues creeping. Blade Master level 3 is coming in again. Let's see if he's going to be able to pick off a fiend. Coil comes too late. Very unfortunate. That means he might even lose a second fiend here. Then again, Blade Master doesn't have any more mana, so yeah, he doesn't have the means to get some more quick hits out on that fiend. Grunts are coming in from the bottom though, and the one hexed fiend gets killed. Luckily for, well, never mind. I was about to say luckily for SunShinE. Ciara didn't get the kill on the second ensnared fiend, but Hex, of course, is going to change that. Another Hex goes on one of the fiends. Death Knight is out of mana, so one more fiend is gonna fall, which makes this a total of 3 fiend kills. So despite investing into so many fiends early on, delaying his own tech so much, there's not really anything that SunShinE got out of this one. He's definitely, you know, witnessing the weakness of his strategic approach here. He's for now, well, still has 3 fiends, got the Lich, so this is pretty risky by Ciara, even though he just killed the 3 fiends. The Blade Master is pretty low, is out of mana. The Shadow Hunter has only 1 Hex left, and the entire rest of the army is coming in. Yeah, the first Raider joining the army as well though. And Burrow is also finished already, and he's skilling Nova first, yeah, obviously, and getting the kill. Yeah, Frost Armor first, not really a thing at the time, and I just said it in like a side sentence. Pretty risky by Ciara to go for this already, and he's paying the price immediately. Second big Inmo potion on his heroes. Of course, Ciara having the heal salves can get the Blade Master back at the tavern and heal him up immediately, but that's not at all what he wants to invest in. There's the War Mill, and yeah, we'll see some Kodos added as well, plus Headhunters probably, but yeah, that was very expensive and boosting the Undead's experience here. So he's getting level 2 right now. He can add Frost Armor. Let's see if the Fiend, the 2 Fiends probably needed. One of them is getting it, the second one is being burrowed, and yeah, he still doesn't have Dust because he didn't get the chance earlier on to buy it. One of the Fiends is going down. Shadow Hunter is taking more and more damage. There is mana for Coil for Nova soon as well. He might have to coil the Fiend though. Yeah, and he does so just in time. Lich is about to have a Nova. The Shadow Hunter really should pull back here to the fountain, which he's doing right now. Another Raider is coming in for the Ensnare. He's gonna get probably the kill on another Fiend because there is no more mana on the DK, but there's the Nova on the Shadow Hunter, and the Death Knight is definitely more quick than the Shadow Hunter thanks to the Unholy Aura, and he's once again going to lose a hero without really any necessity. See, he's getting to the fountain, but the Lich is getting there as well. In the meantime, the rest of the army is being annihilated though, but he's getting the kill. How much is this going to be worth? There are 2 big Inmo potions on the Death Knight, and he's pulling the town portal. And is it gonna be enough to get the Lich out alive? It's not. He should have just passed either the town portal or one of the potions. I guess the town portal would have been more smart because you know, he wouldn't have been able to achieve a lot in those 15 seconds of invulnerability anyways. So SH is being rebuilt. Oh, it's only level 1. Lich was level 2. That was a little bit more expensive. First Kodo is coming. Blade Master. Very unfortunately. Only, you know, dropping the Red Drake not in between the units, but at the other side of the fountain. And the regeneration is doing such great work here. Ciara also really sloppily microing here. Guess he's busy in his main buying clarities and stuff. But he's taking such a long time to get this Red Drake kill. It's quite ridiculous. And he's just not using his grunts here. Now he realizes it and he must be thinking, oh my god. So with all that time that is given to him here, he's using it to kill one Red Drake over the course of like, I don't know, 90 seconds. So the SH is now about to come in. The Red Drake is finally about to fall. Also the Kodo Beast and the Shadow Hunter joining are certainly going to help their Linehorn of Storm with level 2 for the SH. So level wise, it's kinda even slight advantage still for SunShinE. So despite this horrible fight up here, he's still definitely in this game. I mean, he's only halfway to tier 3, which is pretty bad news because from now on until he's got like Orb and Destroyers and stuff, it's gonna be super hard to fight for him. Kolnova goes on one of the raiders. He's going to not get the kill here thanks to Heal Wave, and he's gonna be forced to use the Town Pulse. So the Kodo didn't get to eat anything. So yeah, that's really a difficult period for SunShinE right now. He definitely needs to make sure not to overextend here, but at the same time, he should try and prevent Ciara from getting too much of a level advantage. The Blade Master's nearby. The ward here belongs to SunShinE, so he just saw the Orc army marching down there to his natural expansion. So that is a pretty nicely placed ward. Gives him a lot of overview, and the big invo portion is just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yeah, the Blade Master didn't have a slot. Oh, I should have just dropped the slippers.
We're under attack.
So this game is, my god, so many mistakes here by both of the players. I don't even have any words for it. Then again, for SunShinE, obviously it doesn't matter. He can play whatever crap he likes because, you know, he's out anyway. Because but for Ciara, this is, you know, somewhat important still.
Upgrade complete. Fresh, cool ale.
I mean, of course, facing a rank 3 player doesn't mean he's, you know, automatically qualified for the grand finals or anything. For example, in Group A, the 3rd ranked player would be Deadman, whereas the 2nd ranked player would be FireDE. So, you know, I guess from a neutral perspective, FireDE might even be the easier opponent of those two, at least on paper. But of course, Ciara is definitely not going to lose here on purpose or anything. So yeah, Panda 3rd for SunShinE. Still no Orb. He's getting an Abomination right now. I'm not sure about the Destroyer upgrade. He doesn't have, he's not even building Sigurd to go into a low upkeep. Shadow Hunter is going to reach 3 here. The first Headhunter is with the army now as well. And second Beast Ray has been added as well. Ciara already has produced burrows to go into a low upkeep, and he has already done so as he's at 58 supply already. Shadowhunter, as mentioned, is going to get level 3. Boots of Keltalas, great item for the Blade Master, who's coming in there right now. He's too late to get the main creep or the Ogre Mecha and Warsong Battle Drums for the Undead. A great item for SunShinE, so yeah, he's not looking too horrible here. Another hero focus by Ciara. He's trying to go for the Panda crit, maybe. No crit luck at all for him. Therefore, the Panda surviving at about 70 HP. Still, both the Inmul Potions are in possession of the Undead heroes. One on the Death Knight, one on the Lich, who is also almost level 3. So, basically not really any level advantage gained for the Orc player. in his time of easy, you know, map dominance. Map control, that's what it's called. Scout PN picked off here, which is level 3 for the Lich, which is great for SunShinE. Still 49 supply for him. Not sure what he's investing in. Finally, another Ziggurat is coming. Let's see, item and upgrade wise. He's gotten himself the orb finally. A new town portal for him had to be bought, of course, which is, I don't know how many town portal already. I think 1, 2, like his 3rd town portal. That's a lot of gold, obviously, and that results in the supply advantage for the upgrade that we're seeing right now, and another town portal will be forced. So the Panda also gets killed on top of this. Of course, it's also very questionable how useful this Panda is at all, since, you know, against the Shadow Hunter, against heal scrolls as well, it's very difficult to really make him worthwhile. Whereas it's pretty easy for the Orc to counter that, even though he doesn't have Spirit Link in this game. The Panda shouldn't be too much of a threat to him. And as we've seen so far, he's been more of a liability to the undead player. And I've mentioned it when he wasn't tier 3 yet. He needs to make sure not to overextend at the moment, because every time he left his base, he was forced to pull a town portal, and that cost him. He's still at 49 supply against 66 by now. And Ciara is getting more and more XP on top of this. Again, SunShinE is moving out of his base. He's got 0-0 upgrades, by the way, against 0-2 for Ciara already. That's also not exactly the standard approach, but fair enough. And he's getting the expansion, which makes sense. He's gotten himself into such a good position over the course of the last, say, 5 minutes or so. And SunShinE, did he see that? He did see that, but still he's not really able to take a fight anytime soon. He's getting more statues right now. Barely has to go to break anywhere, you know, into higher supply regions. The first 2 raiders are taking plenty of damage, and both of them are being taken down. Whereas I think SunShinE hasn't lost anything, and the Kodos didn't get into a position where they could eat anything. So that was pretty decent. Panda level 3 finally. A little bit more survivability. Maybe Drunken Haze, I guess. I mean, there's no Dispel, so Drunken Haze isn't even that horrible. But still, of course, it didn't really get him a lot closer to taking down the Orcs expansion, since he was forced back. So, Dust of Appearance used. Gets a new town portal right now. Maybe, like, it... I mean, of course it costs him every time a new town portal costs him. But at the same time, do you really want to go all in a game where the Orc is already up by 12 supply? I guess the perfect timing would be to wait for like a minute or 90 seconds longer. Get like, oh wow, he's just getting the Destroyer upgrade right now, so that's pretty bad. I thought he had it already, so getting like 2 more statues. Okay, he's got 2 more in the bag. What?
Summoning is complete.
Okay, so weird by SunShinE. Okay, he's got 4 statues. Getting the Destroyer upgrade right now, so once that one's finished, he can get 4 Destroyers. And excuse me, and try to break the expansion with that, with the mana on those. Of course, he's gonna have nothing to use Dispel on. Whereas Ciara is just doing everything right, basically. He's not over committing or, you know, giving any, you know, any chances to SunShinE. And just as I say it, he's marching in with his Shadow Hunter way in the front, now repositioning, and immediately SunShinE of course sees that and goes for the hero focus. And is he gonna get the Shadow Hunter killed? Oh my goodness, I guess I jinxed it. So the Shadow Hunter is going down, and still the Orcs army is so far superior here. The first Fiend is going down. Invo Potion had to be used on the Panda already. He passed that one from the Death Knight to the Panda. It's about to wear off right now. The Fiends are pulling back way to the right hand side. The Kodos in the back. Still, one of them only was able to eat something, which was the Abomination. The most important tank unit, so to speak, of the Undead player, and therefore a very important unit to devour with a Kodo Beast. Orc is pulling back, expansion has finished. Of course, there's no reason to go in again without the Shadow Hunter, but he might just do it because he's probably still gonna win it with only the Blade Master. Level 4 right now for him. Ensnares being thrown on the Fiends. Another one is going to be eaten, so finally the Kodos start, you know, start the digestion process, as 2 of them have eaten right now. Blade Master again backstepping the Panda, who has to reposition immediately, but he's taking a very, very long time. Invo Potion now used by the Blade Master. Invo Potion passed to the Panda again. So second one used by him, but this puts the Death Knight in trouble, as he doesn't have a new Town Portal, as he was just using his Town Portal previously. So now, finally, looks like Ciara is going to get out of there again. And again, I was wrong, as the Blade Master is coming in again. He's got the Town Portal, so he can risk a little bit. But then again, there is Coil Nova available, and he's TPing right now. One more Grunt is falling. He's Coil Novaing down the Headhunter, not trying to go for the Kodo, which I think he could have probably killed as well. We're never going to find out about that. Ciara... I said it totally unnecessarily, marching in here, and actually counter expansion has been built by SunShinE, so I guess Ciara should have, you know, spent his time scouting properly instead of suiciding into the Undead's main base. So SH is back, he's getting a Clarity, using it immediately. Both of the ghouls are going to fall here. Of course, it's going to take a long, long time until this expansion is saturated. He's not even going to do so, he's just going to wait for the main to run out. The problem though is, I said it previously, there's nothing to dispel, virtually nothing for the destroyers. So he's gonna have mana-less destroyers in, you know, a little while into the fight. I mean, he can drain mana from his statues right now, but other than that, he's not gonna have any source of new mana. Blade Master is going to the shop. What's he getting? Nothing, apparently. Selling the slippers, finally getting a new Town Portal here. No Heal Scroll, no Invo Potion, nothing for Ciara, and I'm really surprised that he doesn't defend his expansion here. Okay, now he defends. Apparently he didn't even realize that SunShinE was marching up there to the fountain. So Nova and Breath of Fire are coming in. The first Raiders are taking plenty of damage. In the back here, the Kodos and the 2 other units are taking care of the statues, which SunShinE is now realizing, but exposing his destroyers. Both of them actually getting ensnared, and both of them are gonna run into trouble if the Undead army doesn't turn around to help them, and they don't, and therefore 10 supply are down by SunShinE. 57 supply against 41. Panda closing in on level 3, that's at least something. Death Knight closing in on level 5. Those would be some really, really important levels for the Undead player's nuke. By the way, the Kodo has finally been digested entirely. A new Fiend has been eaten as well. And now the Blade Master is going to find this expansion. And, okay, I was about to say, and he's going to start chopping down the Acolytes, but then he turned around. But then he turned around again, so... yeah, he's doing just that. In the meantime, the Kodos are being mispositioned here, so another mistake by Ciara. This game is super, super bizarre. I guess SunShinE has kind of turned into troll mode, and Ciara is just going along with it. But all of the Acolytes will be slaughtered here. One of the Kodos gets picked off, which is alright, but is probably not going to change the outcome of this game. The Blade Master is now going to run across the map entirely to aid the rest of his army. Another Kodo is going to run into trouble. Is maybe the Shadow Hunter even going to be the next target? It looks like that's going to be the case. Block attempt with the statues. Is he going to get the kill? It looks like he will coil Heal Wave. Nova, the Blade Master is coming in, but triple level up for the Undead. At the same time, the Death Knight, he's got no Town Portal. He still has a heal potion. He's coiling down one of the Raiders. He really needs to use that heal potion. There are 2 ensnares available. 3 ensnares actually. Death Knight repositioning. He's going for the nuke on the Blade Master, who's got a heal potion as well. But the problem is there's nothing left for SunShinE. He's got 3 statues, 1 destroyer, 3 heroes, and no gold. Ensnare goes onto the Panda. He uses the heal potion as well. Raider being pulled back to the fountain. The Panda is taking more and more damage. No ensnare available apparently anymore. But the backstab, level 3 backstab actually. So no level 3 crit is getting rid of the Panda. Next statue is being taken down, and yeah, as I said, there are no resources not even to get a new Acolyte for the undead player, therefore he cost GG. Honestly, I hardly have any words for this game. It started by SunShinE losing 3 Fiends more or less for free at the top of the Goblin Merchant on the left hand side, and I think that's when basically the flip inside of how do you say, the, you know, something switched inside of Ciara's brain, and he kind of turned into I don't know, non-serious mode, because I'm assuming he probably thought that this was gonna be a super easy game, and he lost the Blade Master immediately afterwards, really unnecessarily, lost the Shadow Hunter in the fight in the bottom afterwards, and even then he got into such a huge lead in the mid game, because SunShinE, before being ready to take a fight, went out on the map over and over and over again and was forced to Town Portal. And then when he had such a huge lead again, he was suicidally running into the Undead's main base with the Shadow Hunter in the very front of his army, getting that one killed immediately, dropping down to like somewhat slightly over 50 supply again from being up at 70 already, and in the meantime not scouting the counter expansion of SunShinE. And yeah, even with all that all those mistakes, he was still able to win the second map here. So yeah, definitely one of the most slapsticky games I've casted in all of my life so far. So alright, interesting to see, but Ciara ends up winning 2-0, finishing on rank 2 of this group, and therefore meeting a third rank finisher of another group in the playoffs, whereas SunShinE is out and Hot is the third ranked player in Group B. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, we'll continue with Group C next, where the first match is going to be between DD8 and Todd, a match that Todd desperately needs to win, in order to stay in this tournament. So hopefully you're looking forward to that one, and I hope you somewhat enjoyed this one as well. Probably not for the high level of play, but just for having a fun time with it. So yeah, give a thumbs up, give a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.